Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Grandmother. It's a wonderful day to bake some story bread today. I will teach to all our listeners how to bake bread in the way I learned it from you. And I remember you told me always make a flour of mountain. A mountain flour. That sounds funny. A flour mountain or a mountain flour. Grandmother, let's see what we can do. Here, you watch me, okay? Yeah, thank you. And we are going to get our measuring cup. And we're gonna put 6 cups of flour into our bowl. 2 into the center. Let's get 2 more. Ooh. Now my hands are very big. If you have little hands, you might want to use a spoon and slowly fill your measuring cup. 4 cups. One more time. 6 cups to make a mighty mountain. A mountain of flour. A flour mountain. Isn't that fun? Here we go. Make this into a beautiful mountain. Now, Grandmother, remember you telling me that I had to put in the center of the mountain a hole because we're going to grow a volcano right in the middle. Look. Come see, is that good? Oh yeah, that's great. Let's see. Now we need a package of yeast. This is our magic volcano powder today because it's going to make our volcano grow and bubble. And it's going to make our bread nice and fluffy. And we need 1 teaspoon of yeast and 2 teaspoons of yeast. There we go. Now we should go to the honeybees and ask for some honey. Honeybees, honeybees, can we have some honey for you? Grandmother said that bread will taste so much better if we have a little bit of sweetness right in the middle. 1 spoon of honey and 1 more. Here we go. Another spoon of honey to make the bread so nice and sweet and let our volcano grow and bubble. Oh, Grandma, come see. Oh, yes. You need to go to the stream and get a little water and make sure it's nice and warm. So when your hands touch it, it feels nice and warm, not hot, not cold. Nice, gentle warmth. Just like if it was kissed by the sun. And you stir it gently round and round right there in the middle to make your volcano. And a little bit more of warm sunshine water. Grandma, what do you think? Oh, that looks good. Make sure it stays in the center of your mountain because that's where volcanoes grow, right out of the middle. Oh, there you go. And now you have to find your patience and to let it rest. Maybe that's a good time to tell a story, Grandma. Perhaps it is. Dear listeners, you might have a story to tell about your own bread baking experiences. Perhaps you have a story about a little mouse that lived in the pantry. Later on, there is a story that you can hear, a story of Baker Lou and the Mouse King. You could also listen to that while your yeast is growing in the center of your flour mountain. So we'll wait, and in a little bit we're going to continue our journey with the story bread. Watch the yeast bubble and grow, bubble and grow, bubble and grow. Make the volcano grow, grow, grow. Bubble, bubble, grow. Perhaps you've been watching your own yeast in the center of your mountain grow. It's been about 10 minutes, and we are gonna continue with our next step. Well, grandmother, I remember you always told me to put the flour into the 4 directions. So today we are going to put 1 small teaspoon to the east where the sun rises. 1 to the south, the place where it's nice and hot. 1 to the west, where the sun goes to sleep, and the last little spoon in the north. There we go. Now we are ready to go to the spring and get our water. Yes, indeed. The water fairies, they might want to even come around the outside and create a river. This is about 2 cups of water, grandmother. I don't know if it's enough. Well, you can always adjust it. Look, it's like a moat in a castle, all around the outside. Or the ocean, and the volcano is right in the middle. Look at that, and it's still bubbling. Let's add a little bit of oil. How about a 1/3 cup, which is not very much. And did you know that even the oil has been pressed by a miller? Because oil is also made from seeds. And so the oil miller presses it just like the grain miller. And if you watch it, you can see the oil float on top of the water. There we go. It's very magical. I see it bubbling. Oh. Now, Grandma, I'm going to put you aside so you're not going to get dirty. And I'm going to start to make our dough. Right, here we go, off to the side. First, I'll take my little spoon and I'll stir it round and round on the outside. Round and round it goes. Oh, my volcano is still in the middle. Now, I'm going to take my hands. It's going to be nice to feel that volcano and that nice warm water. And I'm going to mix it up and mix it up and see if I have enough water. I don't think so. Back to the well we go. Altogether we need about 3 cups, and we put 1 cup into the volcano, 1 cup around the outside, and now the last cup of warm water we're going to slowly work in. My hands are going to be like the sun that goes around the outside of the bowl. Makes the dough be like the earth. And now I'm going to see if I can knead it into a nice round ball of bread. Here we go again, a little more water. This is the way we knead the bread. We knead the bread, we knead our bread. This is the way we knead our bread one nice and Thursday morning. And if you bake bread on Monday, well, then you can sing on a Monday morning. And I keep turning my bowl while I lift up the dough and push it down. I lift up the bowl and push it down. You can see my fingers are together. Ooh, nice and sticky right now. And I go around the outside and I pick up the dough, and if it's a little dry, I add a little more water, and I lift it up and push it down. I lift it up and push it down. I lift it up and push it down in the palm of my hand. I lift the dough and push it down. I lift the dough and push it down. I lift the dough and push it down until it turns into a ball. Oh, let's see. Oh, that mighty volcano is still inside of this bread dough that we're making. I have a little more water and I think I could use it. Oh, we used about 3 cups of nice warm water. 6 cups of flour. 4 spoons of salt. 1/3 cup of oil. And a lot of story magic and song. Now look, I have to call on Grandmother to see what she has to say. Grandma, let's see. Come over here, Grandma. Look and see. Oh, this looks nice. Now you lift it up and let it fall down, just like a shooting star. Imagine this. It's a shooting star up in the sky and it falls. 1 and 2 for January, February, March, and April, and May, June, July, and for August, and for September, and for October, and November, and for December. Now it's all done. And if your bowl is nice and clean, see that on the outside? Your bread is nice and round, then it's about ready to go to sleep. And you can go with your hands like this. If you have a little bit of dough left, put it over it. Now I'm going to go and get us a nice little kitchen towel. And here I am. Little bread dough, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Now it's time to rest for you and grow, grow, grow. Oh, now we can let our bread rest for about half an hour in a warm, sunny spot. I'm going to go turn on the oven to 325 degrees. So by the time we're ready to bake it, the oven is nice and hot. What do you think, Grandma? Well, this might be a good time to listen to the story of the Baker Lou and the Mouse King. The story is about the lengths of time that it will take for the bread to rise. So I'll see you in a little bit. Our beautiful bread has been rising in the sun. Hello, dear golden bread. We are going to put a little handful of flour on our working surface here on our board. Oh, look, you can even draw with it. Look, you can make a spiral. Oh my goodness, so much fun. Then we're going to take our loaf of bread, our nice ball, and we're going to shape it once more. Thank you, little bread dough. We're giving thanks for the mountain of flour. I imagine how much work that was to the miller to grind the grain that would make a whole mountain. Imagine how long it took the farmer to grow all that wheat. He probably planted it in March, and perhaps it grew in April, and May, and June. And in July, he was probably praying for rain to make sure that the grain would be nice and moist. Well, our loaf of bread is nice and round, and we're going to do something to it. I have a baking sheet, and here it is. Let's put our bread on the baking sheet. Here it is. I greased my baking sheet, and I'm going to do something to our bread. I'll need a knife, and I will cut a little line on the top, and I'm going to remember all of the grain that has grown. And this looks a little bit like the grain from a wheat that you can see here on the top. Look, it's our loaf of bread. I wonder who will get to eat it. Oh, Grandmother, come and see. Isn't that a nice loaf of bread? Oh, it's just like it came from the bakery. Make sure you brush it with water before you put it in the oven. I'll do that, Grandmother. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me. So, Grandmother has taught me how to bake bread. I have taught many children in school how to bake bread. And I hope that you will have fun baking your own bread for your family, for your community, perhaps for a potluck. Never know. If somebody sees your home-baked bread and they hear the story behind it, I'm sure they'll be as excited as me. Oh, enjoy. All right, goodbye, bread. You're going to go in the oven now. I'll brush you with some water, and into the oven you go.